Hey there, it's Shannon Matrick-Myers, and we're going to check out how to find the vertical asymptotes of this trig function. All right, ready? Awesome. So we could look at f of x equal to 7 tangent of pi x as f at x equal to 7 times sine at pi x divided by cosine at pi x using the one of the quotient identities. Cool. So where we want to look is where the cosine function is going to zero out, right? So if we take a look at cosine at pi x equal to 0, right? What's going to happen? In general, the cosine function zeroes out where? Cool, at pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, etc., right? So if we just set pi times x equal to pi over 2, then we'll get the very first. So since pi is a constant, can't I multiply both sides by 1 over pi? And then what would I get as a result? I would get, beautiful, x is equal to 1/2. What we found here is the location of the first discontinuity. So the most general way to express the tangent function is to do it in this format. Call it some g of x equal to a times tangent at bx minus c, and then plus d. And so these things all do have different jobs. The a gives us the amplitude, B gives info about the period, C lets us know about the horizontal phase shift, and then D lets us know about any vertical translation. So what we want to use here is we want to use the information for B, right, about giving information about the period. So since the period for the regular tangent function is pi, so every pi units, the graph will repeat itself if you didn't have the pi x there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and find out what we'll get if we divide the period, which is pi, by the absolute value of b. So that, in our case, would be pi divided by absolute pi, because right here we have the pi x. Right, so that's our b. And so this is where we're plugging it in. Cool? All right, so, well, what is that? This gives us a result of 1. So this graph is going to have a period of 1. So there's 1 unit between any 2 asymptotes or discontinuities, right? So let's do it. We found the location of our first asymptote, right? And then if we add 1 to that, what would we get for our next asymptote? Well, x would also have a vertical asymptote at 1/2 plus 1, which is 3/2. How about 1/2 minus 1? That would be -1/2. So what's the trend here? Beautiful. The vertical asymptotes for f of x, 7 times tangent at pi x, are x equal to, because you want to have a vertical line, 1/2 plus 1 times n, where n, they already said we could use n as an arbitrary integer, and that'll give us all of our values that we need. But this can be written as 1/2 plus n, and then we would just be sure to identify n. N belongs to the integers, the set of integers. Cool? I hope this clears up the question, and hey, if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening whenever you're watching this show. Bye-bye.